Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching Josee, the Tiger and the Fish, which is a new anime film animated by Studio Bones, with music from Evan Call, the composer who gave us the music from Appare Ranman and Violet Evergarden, and it's definitely another one of those movies that I consider a good romance featuring disabled characters. There was one a few years ago with The Silent Voice, and this is definitely another one that happens to not only have a respectful portrayal of someone who can't use their legs, but also just happens to be a good romance film in its own right, a romantic drama. So let's get to the story, shall we? The story revolves around our main couple. The main man is Tsuneo, who who is a university student who's trying to get to Mexico in order to do some diving there as he's trying to study abroad. But he needs a decent amount of money to get there, and he's going through various part-time jobs in order to get the cash. One day, he happens to run into a girl in a wheelchair named Kimiko, who prefers the name Josee. And she lives with her protective grandmother, and the grandmother is willing to pay Suneo some money to look after her. And while she initially doesn't like Suneo that much, she does realize that they have more in common than she initially thought, and the two of them start to get into a relationship while various things happen to ratchet up the tension for the series to get the two together and for them to realize that maybe they were meant for each other the whole time. But that's all I'll say about the story. The story here actually, it does have some of the cliches that you'd expect from a romantic drama like this. For example, some tragedies do occur that I won't specify. There are certain characters that are there that you've seen in a ton of romance films, probably both in Japan and the US. And Josee is a bit of a tsundere when it comes to her actions, especially with how she treats Suneo, especially at the beginning of the film. But there are a fair amount of moments that do let you know that they do love each other. And it's very sweet when it comes to the moments where they do happen to, treat each other nicer, and when they do find they have more in common than meets the eye. On top of that, I really do like the music from Evan Call. It's not on the level of Violet Evergarden, I'd say, but it's definitely a good enough soundtrack for the film in that it fits all of the moments, and even the songs with English lyrics didn't feel particularly out of place. On top of that, the animation by Studio Bones is fantastic, as expected. I wouldn't say it's on the level of their My Hero Academia films when it comes to, the best moments from those films in an animation sense, but it looks consistently good throughout the film. The characters do look very nice and detailed, and there are a fair amount of Sakuga moments peppered throughout that will please animation fans. Also, the other characters, as cliched as they can sometimes be, are still voice acted well, especially the grandmother and some of Suneo's friends. If I had to, plus, I like the fact that Josee's disability is treated with seriousness, and she is treated generally as a competent adult without infantilizing her or treating her disability as a joke. Honestly, I think it's handled about as well as it possibly could for this kind of movie. Granted, this movie isn't perfect. I did feel that some parts dragged. There are some cliches, and yeah, Josee's general outlook and general personality isn't going to win over some people. It's not for everyone. But if you're looking for a good anime film to enjoy this summer, and you just enjoy Studio Bones' other work, I would definitely recommend this one. That's why I'm going to give Josee, the Tiger and the Fish an 8 out of 10. See you next time.